Well, good afternoon, everybody out there in Facebook land. I'm Jill Valley, and I am here with a live interview today with Kelly Denninger, who's the manager of the Montana Department of Labor and Industry in Missoula. We call it the Job Service. Thank you so much for being with us. A lot of people have questions about unemployment. Your office generally helps people find jobs, but you've taken on some of the burden of the state office to get people through this unemployment process because so many people need it now. And I know you've been with this office since the 90s. Talk about how unprecedented the situation has been.
Well, we've had layoffs before, particularly during the 2008 recession, but never like this. I think this has affected more people. It's affected a lot of folks that have never, ever been unemployed before. So they're having to file for unemployment where they've never done it before. Because it's been taking so long in some instances, we've been referring them to the Office of Public Assistance, to the food bank, for any place to be able to take care of their families. So this is truly unprecedented. I don't think anybody could have ever predicted this. And I certainly hope that it doesn't ever happen again. But we're doing our best to get everybody through it right now.
How many calls are you getting a day? I know at the beginning of this, a couple of weeks ago when we first spoke, it was upwards of 300 people calling. Is that still happening?
Well, not quite as many as we were getting to begin with, but we're still usually getting way over 200, which is a lot, being so I don't have tons of staff here because there's lots of things that are going on. So we're doing our best we can. One of the good things about calling our office versus trying to get a hold of unemployment in Helena is that generally you're going to be able to talk to somebody. And if you can't talk to somebody here right away, you're going to be able to get a call back the same day.
That was, in fact, if anyone's watching out there on Facebook, go ahead and post your questions in the comments, and then I'll get them and I can ask Kelly those questions. Somebody did send us an email, and they were really frustrated about that. They filed for 4 weeks ago. They got one letter saying they were eligible, but still hasn't received a check, and was just trying to talk to a person. I'm not sure where they're calling, and it could be from another city in Montana, but they just want to know when they're getting their money. Is there any advice you could tell them or talk them through who they should be calling?
Well, it just depends. If they're self-employed, there's a different number that they can call for to reach the unemployment than if it's just a regular claim. The regular claim, of course, the 406-444-2545 has been extremely difficult to get through on just because of the sheer number of traffic that's going through it. The phone number 444, let me look it up here, 3382 is the new number for the people that are applying for the pandemic unemployment benefits where they are self-employed and generally wouldn't be eligible otherwise. But we're hearing that those folks are having a lot better luck at getting through on that number. And hopefully that'll free up the regular number, the 444-2545 number. People are welcome to call us. They can call not just us, but the local job service wherever they're at. We'll do our best to assist them. We have limited resources, but there are times that we can assist them with things. And it's sometimes just nice to talk to somebody, to have somebody reinforce that it will be okay, that hopefully the benefits will get issued soon, and that you can start going on with your lives again.
We talked a little bit earlier about how some people have never had to do this before. Are you trying to calm them down and make them feel better? Because I imagine that's pretty emotional for somebody who's never had to have anything like this before and is now suddenly having to ask for money.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of folks that have never been laid off before. They've never had to file for unemployment before. So we're walking a lot of people through that process. We also have a great number that are having problems just feeding their families at this point in time. They've gone several weeks without a paycheck. Their unemployment, for whatever reason, might be held up. It might be that unemployment just hasn't been able to touch it yet to be able to get it approved. So we're referring folks to, we've referred people to the crisis hotline. We've referred people to the food bank, and we've referred people to the local Office of Public Assistance to apply for benefits just to get them through until we can get some money coming into them.
So probably the system just nationwide is a bit overwhelmed at this point with the number of people trying to get information.
It is. It is just for some numbers for Montana. For the week ending 4/18, which is the most recent data that we're able to find right now, we had over 13,000 people file a new claim, but there were over 66,000 that filed for continued claims. So that's an incredible high number for the people that are filing for unemployment in this state, which is why the system just wasn't set up to handle that, and why there are some delays in getting people their benefits.
What types of jobs are now eligible to get unemployment? Because I know some weren't before, but it seems like the CARES Act has changed that to allow more different types of workers to get money.
There is. The big change that's been with the CARES Act is allowing people that work in self-employment to be able to receive unemployment if they meet certain criteria. That system, essentially they built a whole new system at the unemployment in order for them to be able to handle it, a whole new portal that people can apply through. And it's just a matter of folks filing on unemployment, looking at their claims and being able to issue benefits. They are hoping to have benefits start going out this week, which would be an incredible help for a very large group of folks that normally weren't eligible for unemployment that will be eligible for unemployment.
Hey, do you mind repeating those phone numbers? We're getting some comments on, we have the two phone numbers, one for self-employed and one for just a question. What are those again?
So for regular unemployment, if you don't have self-employment, that number is 406-444-2545. If you have self-employment, the number that you would need to call is 406-444. Let me look it up. 3382.
3382.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Is there an option on Montana Works to check your claim status? Somebody sent us a question and they're wondering how to be able to do that.
There isn't right now, but hopefully in the next few days there will be. That's one of the things that they're working on very diligently.
Oops. Did you hit your mute button? There we go.
That better?
There we go.
So let me repeat that. There is not a place right now for folks to be able to check the status of their claim, but they hope to implement that hopefully this week. So that'll be easier too if you can actually go on and look at your claim.
Perfect. Now, at one point with unemployment, you had to show that you were actively searching for a job. Has that been suspended because of the pandemic, or what's the status of that?
It has been suspended at this point in time because it's pretty difficult to look for jobs when the local job service is closed. So they have suspended that for right now. You need to pay attention to our social media when that changes. So for folks that are planning on going back to their employer that they were laid off from, they probably will not be required to look for work, but you do need to keep checking on that.
Another question we got, if a person's job reopens, but an employee is immunocompromised and doesn't feel that they should return yet and can't, are they still then eligible to receive unemployment benefits?
You know, that's a question that I just can't answer. I think every situation is going to be unique. Certainly that might be something that might allow them to continue to receive benefits, but that's something that the unemployment office will have to make a determination on. I just encourage you, as soon as, if that situation were to happen, to notify the unemployment office immediately so they can make a determination on that.
That'll probably happen pretty frequently across the country, I would imagine, as some partial openings, or you can go back to work, but you just shouldn't because you're worried about it still. So,
or you're home taking care of children if the schools don't open or daycares don't open back up. Yeah.
All right. Somebody asked, the online application had directed us to call, but when they call, the line is constantly busy. Will the claims be backdated?
Again, they are for the self-employed folks, for the people that are filing in that special group of people. They will be backdated to March 15th when the governor first shut down the state. So yes, they definitely will be. And I think every situation is going to be unique, but they are going to make every effort to make sure that people receive the full amount of benefits that they can receive. So.
And somebody asked, where can we find our claim status or award amount if approved? Is that something you said that they're going to work on the website?
They are. And I think people are probably asking that because prior to this pandemic, when we had all these unemployment claims filed, that was something that they could look at on the dashboard. That is something that they're slowly bringing up to replace. So people are going to be able to look at that again, hopefully this week.
Okay. What other kinds of questions are people asking you when they get through and are talking to you about things? It has been your basic general unemployment questions, or have they come up with something else that's confusing or hard to answer? I imagine for a lot of people, this is so new, they don't even know what to ask. But what are they asking you?
I think most people are extremely worried about supporting their families. So most people just want to know where their money's at. What they can do to hurry up that process, what they can do, make sure all the information is being given to unemployment so they can make that determination. I mean, I would say that probably 98% of the information or the questions that we get in our local office is about when am I going to get my check? And I certainly understand because it's for a lot of people, they've been going over a month now without any income coming in when they're used to be having a weekly or biweekly check coming in. So it's been very difficult for them.
How long are they going to be able to get paid? And is there any fear that the system's going to run out of money with this unprecedented surge of people needing this benefit?
Um, that's a very good question. Montana's always been solvent. Montana, even during the depression of 2007, 2008, did not go into the red or with the unemployment claims that they had. A lot has been the additional $600 a week that people are getting on their unemployment claim has all been federal funding. So that's come into the state with that. How much their claim is going to be it's going to be different for everybody. It depends on the wages that they've made during the base period. And I do not know exactly how they are calculating the benefit amount for the self-employed people. But whatever amount they calculate, they too will receive an additional $600 per week on top of the amount that they're being awarded for unemployment. So it should help a lot of folks once they get that determination.
So Friday, I hear that there was a tech company in Missoula that laid off 30 people. And you would think maybe people would stop laying off at this point because the recovery is out there, but that's not the case. Do you anticipate more companies laying off? Is this just going to get financially worse for small business owners and tech companies and the like out there?
Well, I don't think any of us can predict what's going to happen, but I think that we can safely assume that there will probably be more layoffs before it gets better. Once the economy opens back up, hopefully everybody will start placing the orders, start making it okay for the tech companies to be able to work. So, you know, I don't know, but I do anticipate that we are going to receive more companies that just haven't been able to sustain all the money going out and not much money coming in. So,
all right, another question. I'm a substitute teacher. Am I eligible for unemployment?
Again, you very well could be, but you need to file in order to make that determination. And it's really important to know that for the most part, your claim is going to be effective the week that you file. So you need to file right away. You don't want to wait because that will delay any benefits that you get. But I'd certainly encourage anybody that thinks they might be eligible to file a claim, because that's the only way you're going to know if you're going to have any money coming in or not.
And somebody asked, how does unemployment work with bartenders and servers? Is there any issue there with tips or?
Not at all. They'll go to establish your claim. They'll go off the wages as long as it's not self-employment. They'll go off the wages that were earned during the base period. And right now the base period is January of 2019 through December of 2019. So they'll look at the wages that have been reported by your employer. run it through a formula and establish what your benefit claim will be. But also remember that extra additional $600 that everybody, even if they're eligible for $1 a week, they're going to be eligible for the additional $600 on top of that per week,
Okay.
which is through July 25th.
And someone asked, if someone's been filing for 4 weeks but hasn't received any benefits, will all weeks then be paid when approved?
Absolutely. If
Okay.
they are determined to be eligible, they definitely will. We had a gentleman last week that had filed right at the beginning, and he ended up getting four weeks worth of checks. So he had a very large amount of money that was issued to him, and it was very nice to be able to have helped that person. So
The state number again, just to double check, because is it 444-2525? That's for regular.
No, it's 444-2545
4-5.
for the regular unemployment.
Okay.
For the self-employed people, it's 444-3382.
Okay, someone just said the 2545 number gives a voice message saying they can't accept phone calls.
It is very difficult to get through. We encourage people to try and call it every few minutes. If you hit redial, it will it'll do something, so it'll tie a phone line up. So don't hit redial, but just continue to call. And I would encourage people to also call early in the morning. So,
Okay.
and realize Monday is probably the most difficult time to try and get through.
That seems to be what people are saying. Like it's always busy. How do you just gotta?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And again, if there's anything that we can do at the local office, you can certainly give us a call at 728-7060, and at least you'll be able to find somebody to talk to on the phone.
So let's talk about this. We'll step away from unemployment and talk about hiring. Is anybody hiring right now?
There are, and I actually pulled up on careeronestop.org. They are the avenue that we use for job orders being placed. And today, when it was pulled up, we had over 600 jobs that were on there. So there is a lot of grocery stores that are hiring. There's daycares that are hiring. There's state positions on there. Truck drivers, summer positions for summer camps. Of course, the grocery stores and the retail are hiring also. So there is opportunity if people are looking for employment to find something.
Okay.
The hospitals too. I forgot that.
Okay. You also help people find jobs. So as we go through this, is maybe one way to prepare for the future is to get the resume in order in case you've gone through this and you don't want that particular line of work anymore. That might be more safe from a pandemic. Not that anything is, but you help with that as well, with job interviews, helping to find the job and maybe something better than what you had before.
We do. Actually, our office is closed to the public right now, but we can still assist you over the phone. Resume reviews, we can just give us a call. We'll set you up with one of our workforce consultants that will contact you, and we can do it through email. We can do it through phone. We could do a mock interview for you through the phone lines if you'd like. We can assist you. There might be some training programs that you might be eligible for. We can still determine eligibility for those different training programs. So you just need to give us a call. We'll do whatever we can to assist you and make you ready. You're not ready to look for work right now. We'll get your resume going. So you are ready when the time comes.
Another unemployment question. How do I check and see if I'm having my taxes taken out? Will I get a W-4V?
I believe that when you file, you're asked if you want taxes taken out.
Okay.
And again, that will be on the what's called the old dashboard when they get that implemented. It'll have that information on there when you're able to check the status of your claim.
Okay. All right, Kelly, is there anything we need to talk about that I haven't asked you, or a message you'd like to get out to people who are out there who's stressing about their livelihoods?
Well, I just want to let everybody know that while we can't do everything, we are going to do anything within our power to help you. There's referrals that we can make to other community resources. We'll do anything we can to help you with your claim, anything to help you get employed, maybe get you in some training programs. Just give us a call. We're here to help you. We're here to help the public. We're all in this together, and we are going to do our best to make sure that you and your family is going to be okay.
And keep calling the number until it's not busy anymore.
Well, if you call our number, the 728-7060, you're going to get an answer. Unfortunately, the Helena numbers aren't quite as easy to get through, but it's just the sheer volume of folks that are calling those numbers. So you should be able to get through to us. You should be able to find a live person to talk with.
Okay. And sometimes that's all it takes to get over the edge.
Yes.
Get filed and understand the benefits. Kelly Ann, thank you so much for joining us here. And you out in Facebook, if you have other questions, you can continue to ask and we will try to get those answers for you. It's all part of the rebound that we're doing here at KPAX to, and MTN stations across the state to talk about what businesses are doing and how together we are trying to get through this and find some sort of financial recovery. So thank you so much. Kelly, I appreciate all your hard work, and
thank you, Jill.
Back here later.
Okay, sounds good.